Well, welcome back to this crazy, crazy town of talking about dog shit, cat shit, the 70s. And one of my favorite things, I'm gonna bring this up again as soon as some people come in the room, but for anybody that's not very familiar with my type of humor and my type of teaching and my type of learning, I'm going to say there's this hilarious woman. Not too often that women can play basketball or be funny. And see, there's okay. So let's just find all the people that are sexist and racist, and okay, we can get into racism in a second, but it's fucking silly. Let's just wait a second and see who shows up, because now it's oh it just it's relying on people that like, oh, let me find something that Zen's gonna say so I can talk some shit back. Feel free to talk shit back, because we can talk about dog shit, and that's why I made the white dog shit. Because the humor is what happened to that white dog shit from the '70s. It's a song that what is her name? I don't remember. It's this really humorous chick. What the fuck is her name? And she made the song "What Happened to the White Dog Shit from the '70s," and I like that. And I got this big black dog right here that she shits brown, and I wonder about the white dog shit and what's inside of that. It's brown. I watched this video earlier today. I was a He was a Chinese cat. He wasn't a cat. He was a human. But he was talking about there's no one. We're always divided up by color, even though everybody on this planet is a shade of brown. It was a yellow fellow that was making this joke about everybody's just a different shade of Mexican, and I thought it was so great. I think it was one of the greatest jokes I've ever heard, because it was somebody talking about like how he's so yellow yet everyone's kind of sort of brown. He's like, if you look at my skin, I'm kind of brown. I'm not yellow. White people aren't white, and black people aren't black. And those are all, if we get into really deeper understanding, black and white are chessboard understandings. White and black are references to what is the farthest thing away from white you can find? Black. I mean, you think. No, I say what's clear and what's brown. Because clear is all around us, and what you are is you're a brown person. You're very brown. You might be very dark brown. You might be light brown. You might have a little red hue around the nose, or a little yellow over here on the skin. What's up, Will Johnson? Yeah, everything's groovy and good, and yes, what is God? Yeah, what's good? What is God? Just chop away at those O's. Oh. So I don't know. I didn't know where I was going with this one, other than to say I was going to come back on here and do a second version of that earlier video I made on poop humor. Hey, we all brown. We brown. Just some people are tan. Tan is brown. You know. You find me a black person, you find me a white person, and then they can go and argue amongst themselves. But until you can find those two people, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit from nobody. I got brown hair and a black beard. But then I look at my beard and I'm like, oh, there's some red in there. There's a little white at this day and age. There's a little white in there. I can get rid of those pretty quickly if I use enough gold. But yeah, I know. Hey, Will Johnson, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. But you got the same name as me. If you even knew my birth name, yeah, Will I am. Yeah, I might even revert back to that, because I'm definitely a Will I am. So where do I want to go with this? Is this waiting for people so I can answer questions, or is this instructional period? For people in the future that will find this video, I don't know. But it does always seem like, it always appears as you have teachers and you have students, you have learners, and you have this whole set of people that are very sure of themselves. I don't know if anybody's aware of the statement that the most intelligent people know. It's kind of like this. Let me see if I can put it in my own words. The most intelligent people don't want to be part of the government, even though they should. The most intelligent people don't want to be gods. They don't want to be leaders, because they know that gets in the way of everybody being their own being. Know that you don't know exactly. Yeah. Having knowledge. I made a video a long time ago on this, and I say the more you know is not the more that you don't know, because you really do know more, but you know enough to know that you don't know everything. So when you're 3 years old, 5 years old, you know better than your parents. And when you're 13, 14, you know better than your parents. But then you're like, all of a sudden, 20, 25, and you're like, oh, fuck. You look around you and you go, my parents are just little children, just like me. And we're all just learning. And it's fun. It's this interesting dialogue between having knowledge and sharing it, and also being capable of learning at the same time. You know, that's a thing. Thank you for taking me in a different direction than I was gonna go. Yeah, this gets in the black and white scenario. Like, when people out here like screaming black power, and people out here, screaming like about like white is right. No, here's where everybody's confused. Chocolate, where you get the chocolate from is white. Go find yourself the seed of chocolate. It's white, and go find yourself vanilla. It's black. It's black as night. Go get yourself a vanilla bean. It's as dark brown, almost black as you can find. Yet everybody says vanilla is the whitest, most vanilla shit ever. And you find chocolate and you say, oh, chocolate city. Like Atlanta, Baltimore, even New Orleans. Like, you can find any major city. There's a lot of chocolate cities around here. But that's white. Even though there's more, black people. There ain't no black people, ain't no white people. There's different hues of brown. This is why chocolate always comes out, sort of brown. And everybody loves to put a little vanilla in that chocolate, right? If you want to make really good hot chocolate, what do? You put cinnamon, which is red. Look at cinnamon, it's red. And put a little vanilla. Vanilla is blackish, but maybe people consider it white. And you mix this shit up, and you stew it together, and you create this thing that always ends up being brown. If you're an artist, no matter what colors you use, if you're not using the blackest of black, which is it depends on what you're painting with. Like, you only use that as an outline. You don't really use that as anything else. You don't use white. White doesn't. These are. They get in the way of everything. It's classification of colorings, and colorings are only like the color of law. But there's not a law. Is not. There's only one law. The law is. Here we are. How are you feeling? What's going on? That's the law. That's one. It's one. It's not called the laws. It's called the law. One law. It's Allah. Allah is the law. Allah is God. God is Jesus. Jesus is Satan. Oh shit. Oh, don't make me get crazy with people. Don't make me talk. And there you go. Melanin, even melanin. If you go a little deeper, Will Johnson, go deeper into what melanin is and what carbon is. Carbon don't really exist. Carbon is a process, and melanin. Look at your boy. He used to have this channel. It was called Melanation, and he turned his channel into Carbonation. Carbonation is bubbling. To binding something to carbon is a process. You know, it's like the dark arts versus the light arts. You know, light is the emptiness, and darkness is the solid. So the emptiness is the space around you, and the darkness is everything that fills up that space. Every color fills up space. Everything. The color yellow is the color yellow, or is the color red melanated? Most people would say no, but they're not even very familiar with what carbon is. They're not familiar with how space makes a Let me explain it this way. I have this. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you in real time. Check it out. Here, watch. I'm gonna show you. You see this right here? Look it. I'm gonna show you. Here you go. Okay, this is an onion, and there's all of these onions growing on top, but there's nothing in here but water. This is a distilled fluid of water, which is clear. Water is clear if there's nothing in it. Yet I have all of this growing that's taken up space and weight, and there's no weight except for the water. But then I have all of this color in here. So where did this come from? I didn't put anything in there. I didn't give it any food. I gave it a little bit of light, which is clear, and I give it a little bit of water, which is clear. And if we know what water is, and we know what light is, it comes from two words. Mem and ori means memory. Water and light. Look up the word M-E-M. It means what? And O-R-Y. O-R-Y is ori. It's where you get the word aura from. Photosynthesis is not the correct. Yeah, photosynthesis. You're synthesizing a photo of what? Where did it come from? So you find two clear things. Light is clear and water is clear. Yeah, no, I hear you. But it creates what you'd call a lot of people would like to use this concept of vortexes, which maybe that's what's happening, but there's extra weight on there. Light has no weight. And where did the green color come from? Because is that green light? How is that shit growing? From water and light, but there's no food in there. Yes, you're very close. Yes, it's spectral vibrations of energy that create that. You know, I'm not going to give it away completely, but if you take two clear things, how do you get a color out of it? Unless water holds memory, or water holds something and light holds something. Yet neither, like the water may give that weight. I don't have the correct answer for that. Let me put this down here so I can continue this conversation on. And I forgot where I started this before I got into the idea of what the onions were. But you can do this with a lot of different plant life. You can put that into distilled water and it will grow again. How does it grow again? Everybody wants water that is alkaline water. What the fuck is alkaline water? Everybody wants to put a couple elements in the water. What elements? Let me try it this way. If you take in a bunch of protein, you know what your body needs to do? Your body needs to break down the proteins. Your proteins in your body are a coagulation of information. That if you eat protein, whatever it might be, it has to take it down to its most basic form and basic essence. And they say that the body runs on sugars. Right? But what is the sugar even? Sugar usually is white, but then again, it's not white because it's brown. It's not black. Where does it come from? And even the sugar is the wrong way to get at it. The idea that I'm trying to provide here. it's information coalescing and and coming together. So if I eat protein, my body needs to digest. Digest means to die, means to split. So I have to ingest, digest, split apart the ideas or energies, and then create something out of that. So it's not best to eat protein because protein ain't going to give you what you need. You need the basic, primal, primordial essence of what life is, and then from that create out of it. It's easier to do that way. A tiny piece of information you can extract and extrapolate anything from. But if you take something that's like a dense, if you ate a rock, like a rock, like just go eat a rock, go eat something very solid. You're gonna have to sleep. Your body's gonna have to take it into digestion mode and pull it all apart, and then find the things that are useful, and then you can create it of that, and the rest of it you shit out the back. So what is it that people are looking for? They're looking for information. If your grandmother, grandfather, the doctor said you're gonna die in a week. To them, they said that you're gonna die in a week, and then somebody says no, 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 the doctor is bullshitting you. You could probably live another 10 years. That piece of information, just words. The same way, it's just vibration. They might live another 10 years. No, you could live longer. Why? The same reason that shit grows. Because that didn't need anything other than clarity. Clarity is clear water, clear, clean air. Water, air, fire, earth, and water. Your fire, take a little water in, clear, no extra substances, and you can ionize that and create out of it. You can take anything you want. That's what an alchemist does. You can maybe what you like is to dance. Maybe what you like is to ingest. Maybe you like to cuddle up on the couch and just fucking, I don't know. Maybe you like to knit. Who knows? Maybe you like to drink. Maybe you like to eat. Maybe you like to meditate. Everyone, I don't care if you eat meat. I don't care if you meditate. I don't care what the fuck you do. If you know that is the way that you grow, then you'll grow through that. The process of growth isn't about what you ingest. It's about what you get out of it. You could eat all the good food you want. You could listen to all the good music, but if you don't take something from it, like if you listen to great music your entire life, but you don't find something to get out of it, like if you don't like it, you're not going to gain anything. You're not going to grow. You're not going to prosper. Things prosper and become bigger, better, and bigger ain't even the right word, but just more. And even more isn't the right word, even though the title of the show is More, because more kind of goes to like the word Moor is like the Moorish folk or the people from the wetlands or the dirt or the mud, which is connected to the black arts. The growth, where do seeds grow from? Dirt, which is brown. It's not black. So getting back to this is about what you could have. I could eat 5 elements, and if I wanted to gain every one of those 5 elements, I would. But you could eat 100 elements. You could eat food all day and never gain a pound. You ever meet these people? They can eat all day and all they do is shit, but they don't actually grow. And you can meet people that can eat one thing but go to the gym and work out and just like, I'm going to grow. There's this cat that I used to follow. He's a fucking giant, like a fucking weightlifter. Like he used to like sit there and lift weights and go, I demand you to grow. I forget his name right now, and I'll do a video on him in a couple days from now. But he used to just talk to himself and say, I demand you to grow. Because his mind was more powerful than what it was that he was ingesting, because he realized that the mind is only producing. So the idea that there's some substance that you need, Elliot Hulse, I like Elliot, man. Actually, I made one comment. I made like 100 comments to that dude, and he only responded back one time when I said, dude, I think you're wrong about this. And he got really mad that I said that. And it was very funny because I was like, this dude is like one of my heroes. Like, that dude is one of my heroes. He's a fucking strong cat. But no, it's not him. Much darker human being. Elliot. Yo, Elliot. That's one of my favorite. He's a very wise cat. But no, it was somebody else. Much bigger. Much more melanated cat. I don't know melanated. But the point is, it was the mind. Think of it this way: if I take a let me use a few different ways so I can give you a larger comprehension of this. If I take a jar, you'd call it a ball jar. Ball is lower world. Or you could take a mason jar. The masons, what that is called, like, if you put that top on really tight on that Masonic or ball jar, a mason jar, the ball jar, you're going to create a hermetic seal, hermetic seal, and it's going to compress something. So you could take clean, clear water, distilled water, put it in there, and then shine light in it, and it's going to produce, it's going to ionize a certain element. So you, in the same way, can ionize anything out of the air, out of light, out of darkness, out of anything. You can create anything you want. It doesn't take a lot to be a lot. It doesn't take anything to be everything. Let me say this in another way. What were you? What were you before you were born? If there's one thing that I can reiterate through all of my videos, and something I've said a lot in my early videos, what were you before you were born? Were you dead? Did you not exist? So here you are. You now exist. You have memory of it? Do you know what you were before you were 5 years old? Do you know what you were before you were born? I mean, you were probably living, but in a different mentality. Your mentality was down here, and now you're up here. And the mentality that grew you out of this is your mentality up there. Like, your mind is up here. It's not in your feet, but it pulls you. It allows you to form yourself. So a higher consciousness of yourself produces what you were before you were born, because you were dead, right? Or you just didn't realize it. You were alive. And then you become womp, 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 womp. And so the more energy you put into your mind, the more that you become. This is the oldest, most ancient teaching that everybody tries to sell on Instagram and on YouTube and on. They sell books. They make millions of dollars to try to tell. Good for them, honestly. Like, really, like, the people that are selling books, like, I'm glad these people are making money off of it. But these people that buy these books, they're gonna buy 100 of these books from 100 different authors in order to read the same fucking thing. And it's this, that your mind, and your mind isn't even here. This is your brain. Your mind produces you the same way that onion produced itself, because it decided to. You're just creating yourself every moment. You think? What do you think? You think that you were dead before you were alive, and now you're alive, and then you die? Well, if you were dead first, and now you're alive, and then you die, well, everybody knows. They told you this. They told you this. Everyone's told you this. That that the universe doesn't like imbalance. So if you died twice, you were dead and you were dead again, and you're living in the middle, well, you have to balance that out. You have to be able to balance out life and death. And you find this homeostasis is balanced in the middle, which is the same thing as saying the 7 pH, or like these people that are on like alkaline diets, or these, people that love to do acid every day. Well, it's only causing your body to form itself. Before you were here, you were trying to form a body, and now you have a body, and you can continue to have a body because, shit, how many people been out of their body? How many people been out of here? How many people like just thought things? And you can go travel the world, right, without a body. But you can't, you don't really have that experience. This shit is an experience. So go find yourself without a body. You know what you're going to do as soon as you get to the top of the mountain and you're sitting there like looking down upon everything like some sort of god or goddess and just going, you're immediately going to go, fuck, I can't really experience this. I can't share this with anyone. Sharing is caring. You would immediately, after becoming god or goddess, you would drop yourself, you would eat something. This is why Eve ate of the apple. The apple there's 5 seeds inside of an apple in a star formation. This is why you have arm, head, leg. Now, I said that the wrong way on purpose, but it's a law. A, arm, LL, leg, arm, head. A law to create your body. So you'd create your body out of knowledge. And so you created this. And you want to expand it and change it and change forms. But as soon as you let go of that and you dip off into DMT world, you dip off into your dream world, you don't really have a body. You can change it into anything, which is great. But you always, once you get there, you manifest back into form. Because the only way you can have an experience is to have form. Without form, there is nothing. I mean, I mean, you can have your dream world and all that shit like that. It's fun times, but this is the dream world too. It's just a little more solid. So you find yourself trying to coalesce and just bind the magnetism and electricity together. So what do they tell you? And when I say they, I'm just talking about the larger. Well, you're looking around you. You go. The body is electromagnetic. Electric magnetic. Electric is pew, magnetic is. Keep doing that. That's what's happening every moment of your life. If time doesn't exist, all you're doing is expressing yourself and then condensing yourself. Expressing and condensing. Expressing and condensing. If I express myself, express. Out here, magnetic, masculine, ejaculating. Then afterwards, I go, and I sit here and I sleep. And when I wake up and I'm in morning time and I just wake up and I walk around and I just start dancing and doing all this shit, that's electricity. But then at the nighttime, I consolidate myself. It's like a woman collects the energy of the man and a man expresses the energy into a woman. That's what it is. So we go through that. Every single moment of life, and whatever you think, because life is electricity, death is magnetism. It's that simple, because they're bound together. There's no Saturnian death cult. It's just people. When you say Saturnian death cult, I'm giving the whole fucking thing away right here. Saturnian death cult means they're interested in magnetism, magnetics, magic, dark arts. The dark arts. Dark is magnetic. Why do you think a magnet is black? It's as black as you can find. A magnet is. You don't find a white magnet. Right? But electricity, look at the lights in the sky. Look at the electricity. It starts at the earth and blows itself up into the air and it's all white. So, the same in your mind. Electricity, white, magnetism, black. That's the chessboard. That's the Masonic thing. Mother, son. And son actually means father. Sun is the brightness of the electricity. The sun, S-O-N or S-U-N, pick it. Because the son immediately becomes a father. And Ma, M-A, is M-A-G. is Magdalene, is magnetic, is magic, is the mother. so so motherfuckers out here better realize the mofos, I'm a motherfucker out here. Mother, father, and so should you be. That's the magnetic, expressive, uh, excuse me, the magnetic, the we pull it in, and the electricity, expressive. That's the two things. You pull energy in. You go to school and you learn collecting energy. You go to sleep, you collect energy. You dream, you wake up, and you express it. If I get information, I express it. But that information is in informing, informing and expressing. That's the corollary, because it's one is spinning outwardly in a somebody corrected me the other day, and I appreciate that. But I believe it's if you spin in a clockwise fashion, it's spitting energy out the same way time works, which is electricity. But if you rewind time, it collects energy. It's magnetic. It's feminine. Magnetism is feminine. Why do you think even other girls really like girls? It's very simple to see. Uh, Chicks that make love, like no one's really turned off by that. No one. Two dudes making love, that's expressive. Nothing works here. But that energy sucking in is different. It's that's the black hole. That's the vortex. That's collecting energy and then express it. See, I mean, they work together. That's how time works. That's how time is expressed into moving into the future, or pulling into the past, which is the Dan Winter's work on the vortexes. So you have two different things. I mean, they're both vital to exist. So when you were as black as night and dead, you were feminine, evening, eve, darkness, blackness, and it seemed like death. But then when you're masculine, you're out there expressing, you're peacocking. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I had for this one. So let me see what y'all had to say, and let me plug this phone in so I can continue on this magical journey with you guys. See, this is why my channel cannot be big, because most people can't understand what I'm saying, or understand, or participate with what I'm saying, because it's not going to be right for them. You know. So you guys are lucky people. It's not because I'm awesome. Well, I mean, I'm pretty fucking awesome, but let me see here. Let me see what you had to say. And thank you all for showing up. Wood Johnson still in the air. Angel, what? It's good to see you. And Angel, you sent me a thing. You sent me a thing on the Instagram, and I asked you what the fuck are you talking about. Hit me up there. What the fuck are you talking about? I heard you earlier. I didn't know what you meant. Yeah, the magic, the mother. Yeah. Angel, does basic sunlight, I mean, what do you mean basic sunlight? Sunlight is sunlight. Sunlight and moonlight do two different things. No, sunlight alkalize the water. Let me let me try this. Let me see if I can get this in my head right now for you. Okay, so sunlight, what it does is sunlight is a generative principle. Sunlight is connected to the masculine, and moonlight is very feminine. And this is why women always want to go out at night and have the moon rituals, because it's a succubus. Women in general are succubuses. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. It's the sunlight is a principle like it generates energy. So if you put a plant out, you put a seed in the ground, it's going to grow in the sunlight. As soon as the moonlight happens, it starts sucking off of, and the moonlight is cold and the sunlight is hot. You know, it's that. Hot is this way, cold is repressive and I guess repressive and excessive. You know, does that make sense? What's up, Mac G? Yeah, energy works in multiple fashions. You know, some people pull things in, some people express things, and you can do. Everyone does both things. Some people are balanced in it, and some people are not. What's up, Zach Chrono? What's up, Michael Deline? Michael Deline. Ask me a further question on that if you're still here, my friend. How can I use my mind? I'll answer that if you're still here. Ultramagnetics, masculine, feminine, yeah. Will Johnson, the Saturn theory thing that you said. Will Johnson, what? Send it to me again. I might have, but B, I get a lot of emails. I get a lot of things on Instagram. Who are you on Instagram? And send it to me again. Just send it to me right now, and that way I know who you are. And if it's Will Johnson on there, I'll check it out again. But dude, I just get so many things. I can't keep up with everything. But I think I remember this slightly, and I'm also a little fucking drunk up because I went out early with a friend of mine and we had some fun. So yeah. Okay, Michael Delane. Okay, go a little farther with the question. How do you use your mind? Well, Angel, what? Do yourself a favor. Leave 1 gallon out in the sun and leave 1 gallon out in the moon, and then drink them and see what occurs afterwards. You'd have to fast for a little while to get a prop. It's kind of like this. If you're eating every day, and then you take some of the medicine, whatever the fuck it might be. You maybe order some, um, I don't know, some sort of what kind of herbs do you want, right? You take those herbs, it's not gonna have the same effect as it would if your body was clean. So, saying what is the different kinds of light gonna do to water? It's gonna be hard to recognize that internally. Let me try to set this phone up here. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Yeah, and Willie J on Instagram. Yeah, hit me up with that again, man. Michael Deline. Let me give you the short version of that, and then I'll give you the long version. The short version is, well, you're here, aren't you? So you must have used your mind to a certain point that you're here in a room with somebody uh, that you. I don't know if you ever watch any of my other videos, but you're here now, right? So that already is proof. The proof is in the eating of the pudding. So here you are. I'm pudding. I'm just putting it out there. Um, but I'm gonna go a little farther to give you the longer answer. If you recognize your brain inside of your head is not your mind. Your mind is outside of you. What you see outside of you, they say, what is as above, so below, as within, so without. So if I look in my general vicinity right now, and I say, okay, I put my clothes over there, and my this is not where I usually leave things. It's kind of a mess. Okay, my cupboards are closed. The stove is off. Um, the I it's pretty clean in here for the most part, but you'll be able to see through your eyes because you're not looking. You're looking through the larger mind. The mind is outside of you. You're looking at your mind right now. I am your mind. If you're looking at me, I'm what's inside of your mind. I'm not what's inside of your brain. Your brain is a system of corresponding to information. Your brain is not, it's kind of like this. If you're just walking down the street and you have a billion different thoughts, or you could be sitting in your house, have a billion different thoughts, where did that come from? It didn't come from your brain. Your brain isn't doing that. Your brain is just deconstructing. But your mind, the larger thing, is what you're seeing outside of you, because you're pushing light out of your eyes. You look at the sun, you look at the moon, you look at the colors, and it comes into you. And then it takes all of the rods and the cones and everything inside of your eyes, and you start spitting it back out. This is the reason that a child of a month old doesn't do anything. It doesn't know shit, because all it's doing is collecting energy. It's collecting information through its ears, through its eyes, through its nose, and eating. And all of a sudden, you collect so much information that at about 5 years old, you start producing. You can speak, you can walk, you go through all this thing, you start to have some sort of essence. Like, here I am. I am me. It's like look at an animal that will look in a mirror and not understand what it is. At a year old, at 2 years old, at 5 years old, you don't know what you are. Most people don't know what they are at 30. Most people look in the mirror just to make sure they ain't got a fucking booger hanging out. Just fucking. That's what they're looking for. They're just making sure they got their face is all cleaned up. They're not actually seeing what they are. But as soon as you sense what you are, then that's the differentiation of knowing what the brain is and what the mind is. The mind is the mind is God, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, when I say God, it's like, I hate saying the word God because it puts people into this I don't know, religious standpoint. It's not spiritual, it's not religious. It's like, what are you? What are you doing? It's very simple. Like, I only exist in your mind. You've never met me. You don't even know me from here. Like, this could be a bunch of fucking computer, like, say, putting a little the voice of me could be some dude out here just programming some shit in the computer, right? You don't know me. I mean, even if you met me, I could be a hologram. But it's a hologram you're creating. And I say that in a very loose way, because obviously I'm fucking real. I'm sitting here. I'm talking to you. But the sense of the mind create the things that you want, and how to use your mind is to say, well, what the fuck? What the fuck do you want? This is that Alan Watts bit. This is all the great teachers. They go, if you met God, or whatever you think God is, or whatever you think that the essence of the universe is, if you met that thing, if it was you as a higher form, what would you ask for? What would you want? It's Christmas. It's Christmas time. I'm Santa Claus. I'm Satan. Because you came down here to this world. This is called Satan's world. This is Satan's realm. I'm going to be very clear about that. In God's realm, what you have is thought forms. God's realm is thought forms. Satan's realm is physicality. Period. Stay up in God. Think all you want. Om Namah Shivaya. And then you come back down here and you want something. So you take an airy manifestation of the God form of thought of the larger mind, and you condense it into the realm of Satan, or this is where you get Santa Claus, that delivers the goods or the goodies or the physical form of what you desire. Because I don't care how Christian anybody is. I want a Christian to come up and tell me they don't want shit. And I'll tell them, then get the fuck out of your house. Then get the fuck out of your body. They ain't gonna do it. I ain't even gonna you know what, fuck it. Keep your body. Get out of your house. Take your clothes off. Walk through the street naked. That's all you needed, right? That's what God gave you. God formed you naked. So walk through the streets naked. Ain't nobody want to do that. No Christian want to do that. But they claim Christianity. They claim it. Fuck you, you're a Satanist. You gotta form, you gotta put clothes on, you gotta go to your job, you gotta make that money, you gotta go fucking do all this shit, right? Well, then you're participating in Julius Caesar's world. J.C. Julius Caesar. No, they're Jesus Christ. J.C. So is it Julius Caesar down here or Jesus Christ up there? No, it's both. They bind together like the masculine, which is down here, just formatting. Or excuse me, well, I mean it depends on your teachings. Because you'd say mother is matter. So mother matter is the material world. Ma is material. That would be the lessons I came from. And the paternal, the father figure, is the mental activity up here, raining down and coalescing with it's the manifestation. Why do you think they call it man? Manifestation? Manifestation is to take thoughts that are just airy, mystic, and collapses them to create a form. I'm wearing this hat. I'm wearing this fucking shirt. I got this beard. I got this nice. I got a roof over my head. It's warm in here. I don't want to be outside where it's fucking 30 degrees. That's silly. I'm not gonna fucking put an orange jacket on and become a fucking monk and live in a fucking cave. That's ridiculous. No, you came here for a reason because you're taking from the realm of God, Jesus Christ, and saying, "Hey Jesus, do you want to hang out with Julius Caesar?" And this is Julius Caesar's world, Satan's world, and you collapse them together and you become yourself. So you are part and parcel to realizing that the mind creates the physical form. So, what do you want? Know that if you want to speak to God or Jesus, it's yourself. It's talking to yourself in your mind and really just going, this is what I want. And whatever it is, these thought forms that are going on in the larger mind will start to create vortexes of energy that will show up in front of you. A person, a pile of shit, an apartment, a house, a vehicle, whatever the fuck you want. Whatever you think about a lot. Maybe I was thinking about shit earlier and I see shit out there, so that'd be funny. Maybe I thought about being back at the house and it was warm. I don't fucking know. But if I really focused, what do I want right now? Oh, I have what I want right now. I have a computer here to talk to you guys. I have some wine. I enjoy wine. And so you take your thoughts and you start to take these. This is the real. And I'll do this here, and everybody can just go ahead and say I do this. I could wait. Which one is it? This one? Or I could just go this one. And I could take what it would be called chaos and turn it into order. Now, the worst way of doing it is creating chaos so that we can order other people around. But for yourself, what you do is you take a chaotic mind and you start to suck it in to say, what fucking do you want? And that will manifest itself all around you. And that's what you get. So, find a way of going, this is what I want. It's a desire. Desire is the epitome of life. You wouldn't be alive unless you desired to be alive. You can look through. Why do you think people die at 72? Because they're tired of it. Why are they tired? Because they didn't know what they wanted. If you knew what you wanted, you get it all day. You lived to 500 if you wanted to. How fucking old do you want to live to? How many experiences do you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? No one's willing to ask for it. You know why? Let's get a little deeper. Because as soon as you come out the womb and your parents start talking to you, they say, no, don't do that. Don't do that. No. You hear the word no, not the word no, not the word knowledge, but you hear no, don't do that thousands and thousands of times every single year of your life before you're about 5 years old. And it continues on. You go to school and they tell you no. What do you know? And then you come out of fucking grade school. You go into middle school, in the high school. Nobody knows what they want. Nobody knows what they want to do. Nobody knows where they're gonna go because everybody's been told no, and they don't know shit. So they know not how to ask for something because they've been told no, you can't have it. So you've been instructed how not to know. So what the fuck do you want? That's what you need to do. Focus. Focus your mind. Take a deep breath. But first, before you take a deep breath, blow it all out. I can't breathe anymore. Suck back in the universe and then express it what you want. And you'll have it. That's the easy way to go about it. I don't know if it's easy, but that's the way to do it. So let me get back here. What's anybody saying? Well, Angel, what? Michael, yeah, Michael. Hopefully that was sufficient to answer your question, man. And Angel, you have a straight narrow button, a straight narrow path and button to push and talk to me anytime you want. So here I am. You have more time. Look at this. 51 minutes in here. Zen's still here talking. What else? What else y'all want to know? I got a few more minutes. I might even take this. I might even take this phone all the way. How far do I gotta go? Man, I'm in between. I'm in between on this. See, this is the fun stuff. Like, I'm kind of tired. I'm not really drunk, but I'd like to have one more drink before I go to sleep. But if I want one more drink, I gotta walk up to the store. And I don't really want to walk to the store. But if I don't walk to the store and get one more drink and just pass out, Everybody likes that pass out drunk. Did I leave my You know what? Fuck you guys in the best way possible. I have 2 delicious beers in the fridge. And the funniest thing about these beers, they're actually named something. Will Johnson, I'll get an emerald tablets in a second. Maybe I have the book up here. No, actually, I think I gave it away. The 2 beers in my fridge right now, I'm gonna show you these 2 beers, and they're fucking amazing. But I might have the emerald tablets and let me see. Did I give it away? Give me a second. I have these amazing books over here. This is like my 5th set of bookshelves. The first bookshelf I had was huge. I had to go like buy another set of shelves for my books, and then I gave them away. And these ones I don't even read. I just like them for like a backdrop. So let me go get this beer, and let me see if I can find this emerald tablets. I think it. Hold on, I might be able to find it. Hey guys, give me 68 seconds. There you go. The Hermes Trismegistus. Oh, what do we have here? And if I can't find it, I'll find something to divine something out of for you. No, I gave the book away. All right, you guys can have some fun right now if you're still here. I'm gonna grab one book and I'm just gonna open to a page and divine something for you. I don't know if you're familiar with what I normally do with a deck of cards, but what I'm gonna do is instead of using a deck of cards, I'm gonna use a book. Let's see what I got here. This is fun. This is fun because I have 2 silly books here. They're completely wildly opposite. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited? Hope you guys are excited about this, because I don't get excited about too much. Well, actually, no, I'm pretty always excited. I'm gonna show you the beers that I have right now, because I think it's really amazing. One is called Jucifer, like Lucifer. This is one of my favorite beers, and then I couldn't find this anywhere, so what I got was the Juicy Goodness. So Jucifer and Juicy Goodness. I'll let you guys choose, and then I'll show you the two books. I'm gonna let you choose the beer and the book. I'm gonna take the first three people that tell me the beer. Well, if three people tell me anything, I'm gonna take 2 out of 3. Is it Jucifer or Goodness? Jucifer or Goodness? And then I'll show you the books. So that's up to you guys. Jucifer, yes. Yes. I think it's gonna be Jucifer, isn't it? Yeah, y'all love Jucifer, don't you? And thank you, Angel. What? Okay, there it is. Okay, it's Jucifer. Good choice, because it's purple. Purple's my favorite color. Purple and green are my favorite colors because I'm royalty. But don't tell anybody that. I'm not allowed to. Don't tell anybody that. And here's the two books. It's The Winged Pharaoh by Joan Grant, and Assholes, which I think is fucking hilarious. Do you want The Winged Pharaoh or Assholes for me to divine out of? And I think you guys are funny enough to choose the wrong book, but I'll read out of it anyways. And I'm gonna crack this beer open where you guys choose Assholes or The Winged Pharaoh. If you guys are smart, you're gonna choose the winged. Thank you, Jessica. I knew you'd be smart about this, but I know I got a few assholes in the building. They're gonna choose the other book. Oh, you know what the best sound in the world is? The best sound in the world is like cracking a beer open, or pulling down a zipper. Come on. If there's any dudes in here, do you know that sound, like when you pop that little open and you pull the zipper down? And come on, chicks even know that too, About to see what you can get into. Pray the Ryan Duvall. I don't even know what that means, but Fraveshi. Ryan Duvall, hit me up with that and tell me what you mean by that. I don't even know. Zipper. Oh man, zippers. Because you gotta be polite with it. You can't just rip it down, because you might, you don't want to clip the foreskin or hit the clitoris with the zipper. That's not good. You gotta be like polite with it. But the sound of it, oh, one of my favorite songs ever. So, what's the next? Come on. Who else? It's gonna be the Winged Pharaoh, isn't it? All right. So I'm gonna divine out of this book. This is one of the other books. Here's a picture of her, which is very funny because this woman here, this whole book is written out of dreams that she had when she was out of body, where she was she was connected to the pharaohs of the ancients. Yeah. Jessica, what you doing with that face right there? You got to pick one here. And Ryan Duvall, I need to know what the Fravashi is. Fravashi? I need one more person just to say Winged Pharaoh, because I said 2 out of 3. There's 12 people in here. I can at least get 2 people to answer this fucking shit. Damn it. AOTA. Angel, what is AOTA? What does that mean? Red and blue. Yeah. Let me scroll back through it. Whenever I'm talking, I hope everybody realizes I'm scrolling back through comments. I don't. So whenever I'm talking now, when other people aren't like really paying attention to the fact that I'm commenting on scrolling through, that's what I'm doing. All of the above. Okay, fine. So apparently, I only have two cool people in here talking to me anymore. The rest of you assholes, you get to listen to me divine out of the Winged Pharaoh, and I'm gonna read a passage. Here, I'll let you pick. I'm gonna pick the page, left or right page, left or right. Already got it. It's right here, left or right. Come on, left or right. First person to answer, we get this one, and I'll read from it. And I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say the right page, third one down. Oh shit, Jessica. There you go. Fine. Here you go. Here's the divination. And Ryan Duvall, I'll read page 11 after this. Jessica, this is for you. I bathed her still figure in a shaft of light, and the vision of death before her disappeared, and her cloak of grayness vanished like the mist under the sun. And as I thought she were awakening after a deep sleep, she saw her husband and her son, and her face was lit with radiance greater than that of a blind man who regains his sight. Then I took them to a place of a grassy banks and flowers and waterfalls and splendid trees. Here are 1,000 counterparts of earth, where in the places they have known happiness, people meet their loved ones who have died. And here, far nearer than they were on earth, do not forget their hours of loneliness. But from this contrary and country of reality, each day for a little time they must return to earth. And it seems shorter than if they had been left without their lovers, sighed to fill a water jar from a river running through the house. Before I left her, I made the sign of a circle upon her forehead and told her that here on earth she would remember. And I told her that when we meet upon the morrow, I would do unto her the same things, lest she might think this was but a dream and not a memory of her reality. And so that's for you. And page 11, let's see what I got here on page 11. Here we go. And for Ryan Duvall, here's at page 11. It seemed a much longer walk than it had on the way out. I got tireder and tireder, and the loop thong of my sandal broke, and every time I walked it flapped. And then a stone got in and cut my foot. Naya! So I was reading ahead. Naya knew how tired I was, but he said it was just one of those things. Thinking about it made much worse. And I said, well, you haven't got a sore foot, and when I've got a sore foot, it's a thing I think about. So there you go. I'd have read neither of those, but hopefully you two got what you needed for having requested the left page and page 11. I would have read out of this book Assholes, because I ain't read the whole thing. Here, I'll read the page I wanted to. Such dramatic interventions are not the normal mode of a asshole presentation. Oh man, I'm not even gonna read it. No, that's too funny. I'll wait till more than two people show up, and I'll drink my beer in the intermin. Hmm. I'm gonna put these 2 books back on my shelf. And when I come back, maybe someone here will have something intelligent to say. And because my voice is so lovely. Yeah, 12 the 12 apostles in the building. I'll read out of this book then. I'll read about this one. Yep. Synchron, the 10th insight. Anybody know this? James Redfield. Anybody know? Where did I get Michael DeLine? Where did I get these books? Mostly Amazon, man. It's very funny to think about this. I don't know how many books I fucking ordered off of Amazon. maybe like let's see, how old am I now? Holy shit. Maybe like 16 years ago? Maybe not that long ago, but at least 10 years ago. I used to just read a lot. And I used to have a pretty big library. And these are some of the ones that came with me, and some new, but this is James Redfield. And if you're not familiar with it, I suggest go find James Redfield's first 4 books, and then the God in the Evolving Universe, which I've only read a piece of. But you have the 10th Insight is really great, which is, so you have the Celestine Prophecy, which he wrote. The Celestine Prophecy is amazing, and they made a movie out of it, but it's a really low grade movie. It's a good movie. I just wish they had done it in a better format. But the book is amazing. It's one of the only, I've probably read 4 books in one sitting, and it was the Celestine Prophecy, and then the 10th Insight, and then blah blah blah. Yeah. Synchron. Well, thank you. The only reason I'm wearing a hat because I just didn't take it off. Should I take my hat off? So let me read a little something from this book here. Let's see. Somebody give me a page. 1 to 200. And this is a very funny fucking hat because it's corduroy too. I don't even wear hats. I've been wearing a hat I've only been wearing a hat. Yeah. Cool. I've only been wearing hats for like, I don't know. Well, I mean, my whole life I've had a lot of really cool fucking hats, but I usually leave my hair down. But then once my hair got really long, I had to start tying it up because people, like, it gets too much. You can't be pretty like me and just like have long hair and a beard. It gets weird real quick. So I put a hat on these days.